Hey everyone, I'm back with the recap and review of Love is Blind Season 4, Episode 2. We start where we left off with Tiffany fast asleep in the pod after her date with Brett. She's knocked out cold, so Chelsea and April have to come in to wake her up. Next, we're officially introduced to Jacquelina, a 26-year-old dental assistant. She was featured in the first episode for about 5 seconds or so, but now we get to hear about what kind of experiences she's had so far with the guys. She's really into 26-year-old marketing manager Marshall and 30-year-old project manager Josh. She finds Marshall to be sensitive, smooth, sentimental, calm, and giving. Everything she says that's the opposite of her. She categorizes Josh as a smack talker, strong, masculine, and tough. All the things she describes herself to be as well. Interesting. They have another date in the pods where they pour their heart outs to each other about aspects of how they were raised that they didn't like and don't want to pass on to their children. It got pretty emotional. Tiffany and Brett are back in the pods again. She regrets having fallen asleep during their last date and chalks it up to his voice just being so soothing and her being very tired. She apologizes and professes how much she wants to be with him. Not only does Brett accept Tiffany's apology, but he gets down on one knee and proposes. Of course, she says yes. We then move on to Kwame. He acknowledges that he's developed connections with both Chelsea and Micah, but Micah is the one he says he wants to propose to. During their date, however, Micah says that even though she does have strong feelings for him, she thinks they should both explore other people. Kwame is clearly devastated. The look on his face says it all. But he does his best to hold it together as they say their goodbyes. He does break down when he gets back to the men's living quarters, though. Paul and Amber meet again, and I expected them to have a similar interaction that Kwame and Micah just had, since in episode 1, Paul and Micah said that they were going all in with each other. After beating around the bush for a bit, Paul finally lays it on the line and tells her he's into someone else. He's upset, she's upset. It's an all-around extremely awkward moment. Micah and Irina start acting like a couple of mean girls laughing at Amber's pain, which I found to be so tasteless and annoying. The moment has come for Tiffany and Brett to meet face to face. I don't even know these people and I was so nervous for them. They both appeared to like what they saw and sealed the deal with a kiss. Brett gets down on one knee and proposes again, this time putting a ring on it. Back to Marshall and Jackie. Marshall tells her that he's in love with her. There's a long pause, and, well, you and I both know what that means. Jackie gathers her thoughts and tells Marshall about her date with Josh, without actually mentioning his name, and how stuck on her he is. Marshall doesn't take the news well, and figures she must also have feelings for this other guy for her to even bring him up, and the date comes to an abrupt end. And here we go again with the mean girls, Irina and Micah, smiling and laughing as Jackie cries her heart out to the other women. We cut back to the guys where Marshall finds out that the other guy that has feelings for Jackie is Josh. Some dramatic music plays over the two of them talking, leading you to believe that they're maybe about to come to blows or something, but it doesn't end up being that serious. Chelsea and Kwame meet again in the pods. Chelsea is upset that Kwame feels so low after his date with Micah and doesn't appreciate being put in the position to have to carry their relationship. Kwame lets her know that he'll step up so she doesn't feel like she's doing all the work. Paul and Micah touch on their respective experiences ending things with Amber and Kwame. Paul then goes into a spiel, and just by the way he's talking, I know what's about to happen. And it does. He asks Micah to marry him. She eventually says yes after dragging out her answer for no apparent reason. Bliss goes into wifey mode and bakes Zach some cupcakes for his birthday. Irina's not happy about it, I think more so for the fact that it makes her look bad, not having done anything for him. Zach and Bliss meet in the pods and she starts by apologizing that she doesn't have a gift for him. Then comes the kicker. She admits that she actually forgot it was his birthday. Yup, a guy she's apparently really into and trying to build a relationship with that leads to marriage. She forgets the day of his birth. They move on from that convo, and Irina asks Zach to be honest with her about Bliss. He admits that he does have feelings for both of them. Bliss gets to deliver her sprinkle-covered cupcakes to Zach, and he wastes no time diving in. She confesses that her day hasn't been the easiest to get through with all the tension going on between her and Irina. Zach drops a bomb and says that he could see himself marrying either one of them for different reasons. The episode ends on a cliffhanger of Micah and Paul getting ready to meet for the first time. So, according to my predictions from the last episode, I was right about Paul choosing Micah. I still think, though, that he's the one that changes his mind later and tries to go after Amber. I'm not surprised things didn't go well between Kwame and Micah, and I think he'll end up with Chelsea, really by default more than anything else. But knowing him, he'll try to make it seem like she was the one for him all along. And last but not least, congrats to Brett and Tiffany. I really love them together, and I knew he'd get over her falling asleep on him. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next video where we recap and review episode number 3. Bye!